We're cooking with the best because nobody decks like the rest. This is the Tail Gathering Deck with the Best.
Hello everybody, I'm your host Sumi, and today we're going over Double Geo Itto, better known as Bin or Din, and also perhaps the most dominant deck in all of 4.0. Bin/Din is a deck that runs Itto, Noelle, and a choice between Barbara or Dea as its core members. The idea behind the deck is to build burst on Itto for one turn kill, or OTK, while stalling for time with the other members of the team. While not looking that strong on paper, the reason Bin has gained widespread popularity in the competitive scene is due to its versatility. Bin has virtually no bad matchups. Against aggressive decks like Klee Vaporize, Bin is able to wait until Klee exhausts herself with defensive tools like Tenacity of the Millilith, the Bell, and Geo Resonance, while against combo/stall decks, it is able to easily OTK with the absurd strength of Itto's burst. And now, without further ado, on to the deck list. As mentioned earlier, Bin runs defensive tools like Tenacity of the Millilith and the Bell to help with both damage and sustain to further promote this Drain Tank playstyle. A key fact that most players won't know is that the Bell can also trigger Geo Resonance. When you have it equipped, play this card, and use an elemental skill, it will generate a total of 5 shield points. Bin can also bring cards that give great instant healing/sustain like Lotus Flower Crisps, Geo Resonance, and Monset Hash Brown. On top of this, because Bin likes to drag games out, cards that give dice advantage like Vanarana, Sumeru City, and Tenchikaku are great choices to include. Something to note is that Din, the Dea variant, does not run Tenchikaku due to the lack of the sustain that Barbara's Melody Loop would have provided. As such, it tends to play faster than its Barbara variation. We now know how Bin gets Itto's burst safely, but what do we do after he uses it? Well, Itto's burst does a massive 5 base damage on cast, and also buffs Itto's charge attack to do 5 damage. Combined with Itto's unique mechanic, Superlative Super Strength, which allows Itto to reduce the cost of his normal attacks to only 2 dice, allows Itto to do massive damage without using up your resources. When Itto runs out of dice, Covenant of Ra can further be used to make an extra surprise attack. On top of this, the first charge attack done in a round gives you back 1 stack. This allows Itto to easily sweep through entire teams on his own, and if that wasn't enough, with the Bell and Heavy Strike, Itto is able to do 8 damage charge attacks that are easily capable of one-shotting characters. With this, we can see why Bin has become such a feared deck. It's not unkillable thanks to its defensive tools like Tenacity of the Millilith, and Itto can fill in the role of an entire combo OTK team by himself. However, just because Bin is strong doesn't mean it's easy to play. Players should be aware to count out their dice when playing expensive artifacts and weapons, as well as managing the elemental auras their opponent applies to them. With that being said, however, let's see how our top players win duels with this powerful but difficult deck. For today's game, we are reviewing a Din Mirror from Kevin Z vs Kirano's match from the Tail Gathering Season 5 European Finals. At the start of the game, both players opt for ramp, Kirano with Sumeru City and Lyra Harbor Wharf, and Kevin Z by equipping the Bella and Itto, Libin, and a Lyra Harbor Wharf of his own. While looking odd, because this is a stall match, both players are playing to get a card and dice advantage, as the first person to get a good turn on Itto will most likely win. Turn 2 is much more interesting. Both players simply Itto's skill to build energy and Superlative Super Strength stacks. However, something to note is that before Kevin Z attacks, Kirano is able to equip Tenacity of the Millilith, which allows him to feed an extra dice to Libin, but Kevin Z has a big brilliant play of his own. Before he attacks, he uses Send Off on Kirano's Fiery Sanctum Field, which allows him to deal some extra damage and also force Kirano to swap off Itto. This both denies Kirano's Libin and also lets Kevin Z gain turn priority. Turn 3 is where the game starts heating up. Kevin Z with turn priority is able to get Itto burst first, even managing to tag Kirano's Itto with it before ending the turn. Kirano, going second, is forced to play much safer, only able to summon Ushi before being forced to swap off. Importantly, however, because Kirano was able to feed an extra dice to Libin last turn, Kirano's Libin procs in round 4, giving him a dice advantage. Coming into round 4, Kirano is staring down the barrel of an Itto burst. Kevin Z with turn priority, however, does the first misplay of the game. Instead of capitalizing off his Itto burst, Kevin instead chooses to swap off. This is a mistake because Kevin Z only has 1 turn left on his Itto burst and Kirano has the dice advantage. This means the longer he swap stalls, the better it becomes for Kirano. In round 5, Kirano with both turn and dice advantage is able to kill Kevin Z's Dea and also deal devastating damage to his Itto in quick succession. Kevin Z, however, is able to hit back, lethaling Kirano's Itto and equalizing the game. Moving into round 6, Kirano with turn advantage equips the Bell on Noelle, letting him kill Kevin Z's Itto with Breastplate and also generating a shield that absorbs all of Kevin Z's follow-up damage. After this, it's all a matter of cleanup, as Kirano gets Noelle's burst first, and is able to leverage the damage advantage to eventually finish off Kevin Z.
Survive, and then, yeah, hope for the best.
Yep.
Yeah, break through. Yeah, actually, it might be. Yes,
Oh,
just
that was
enough to break through the ceiling. Kurano takes away.
While in patch 4.2, Itto's huge nerfs took him out of competitive viability, it is nevertheless important to understand the reign of Bin/Din during its heyday. And who knows, maybe in the future, new characters or cards will have the one in Oni rise again.
Thanks for watching. If you'd like to participate in a grand event like these, you can sign up for free at discord.gg/genshinimpact. Earn rewards like Primo Gems, an exclusive in-game card pack, and up to 1000 USD for the top placers. Be sure to check out our partners at GITCG and KQM over at discord.gg/GITCG and discord.gg/kaching